What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be running through a load of questions that you've asked in the last couple of weeks, and some of them are actual corkers, they really are. So I thought I'd just turn the camera on, have a quick video, quick sit down with you, have a little catch up and run through some questions. So let's crack straight on, shall we? First question, and it is quite relevant because it's happening right now. What shows and festivals am I at next? So the next ones I am at is Van Love. That's going to be great, just chilling out that weekend. I absolutely love it. It's got some great music. I can't wait to see Ellie Sachs. That is going to be banging. It really is. She is amazing on stage with that saxophone. Don't know how she does it, but yeah. I'm going to be at Van Love, and then from there the following weekend I'm going straight down to Newbury for the van life celebration. That's going to be brilliant. It's got such a great vibe to that show. It really has. Really nice, and you know, it just feels so connected, and you just like got all your mates there and you're just chilling out. It's such a banging show. It really is. Now I think there's still tickets available for both of those, so I'll put a QR code up here for my show page, but links to both shows will be in the description below. I'm not sure if 100% sure if tickets available, but I might be day tickets available. But like I say, links to both shows and discount codes will be in the description below or on my show page up here. I'd love to know if any of you are going to be at those shows. If you are, come say hi, grab a sticker, you know, why not? Why not? Next question. What are your plans for winter? Okay, so they're not set in stone yet, but I am thinking I might do the NEC, and then once that's finished I might head straight to Europe, and then I might do just a few countries. I'm not in the race to run around or anything like that, but I might do Belgium, something in my eye. I might do Belgium, Germany, maybe another couple, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I might stay over there for the rest of October, all in November, and then most of December, and come back just before Christmas, maybe to see the family. That's what I'm thinking. Unless any of you got any wild ideas that I should do something different, I am open to pretty much anything. So yeah, if you have, then drop them in the comments below. Next question. Well, this one I get this quite a bit, to be fair, and I understand because I do bang on about it, but you need to stop Pepsi Max. Does it not bother you? It's killing you. Obviously from my response, no. Now, I understand Pepsi and fizzy drinks are not good. I know that in copious amounts. I understand they're not good, but it's my vice. It's my one vice. Now, yeah, I like food, but I don't eat copious amounts of food. I just eat a bit of the wrong food, but I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't do, you know, I don't gamble, I don't do any of that. So, you know, this is my vice, and I have got diabetes. Now, I know a few of you are going to jump on me for that, so that's why I should stop. But that is almost my sugar fix. Now, it hasn't got sugar, zero sugar. That's why it tastes so good, you know, maximum taste, zero sugar. I really need to be sponsored by Pepsi. You guys need to start a campaign or something. Its sweetness is like my dessert. Now, I could, you know, that is kind of like my sweet. So I could have that, yes, I know it's got chemicals, or I could go and have sugar and then eat that and then, you know, be bad with my diabetes. So, you know, it's my vice. Everyone's got one. So even you trolls out there on these keyboard, you know, smashing your head against the keyboard and coming out with some stupid sentences, you've got vices too, dudes. You've got vices too. You just don't share them with the world. So, no, I love my Pepsi. Back off. Next one. Have you got your fridge sorted yet? It is being looked at as we speak. I'm at Oak Tree this week, so yeah, they are looking at fixing it because the coolant seems to be, they've done a few tests on it, the coolant is fine. It is getting cold on 240. It's the gas system that's playing up, so they're going to look at, you know, stripping all the gas system out, all back to basics, and then going through it, cleaning it, and then yeah, just going through it in detail. If that fails, then we'll be looking at getting a new fridge. Next question. I've watched some of your motorhome buying videos. Are there mechanics out there that can check everything for you? Now, I think you were talking about when you're saying about these, because I was saying like, make sure you check this on a motorhome, make sure you have a habitation check, make sure you do this, do this, do this. Because I've got a whole series of how to pick a motorhome and what kind of, you know, what to look for and all the different bed layouts, all the different kitchen layouts, all the different lounge layouts, all the different actual motorhome styles. So if you want that, I'll put that in the description below if you want to watch that. Now, there are independent people out there, so you can get mobile hab testers, mobile hab checkers, and mobile engineers and mechanics, and you can get them to come out. Now, if I was buying private, then I would have someone come out and hab check it for me, and then if I was serious about buying it, because it is going to cost you probably anywhere between 200 and 400 quid. If I was buying private, I would get a mechanic to come out and have a little look at it, and I would probably get someone to come and do a hab check on it, because if you're buying it private, you need to, you know, back yourself up. If the person that you're buying it from in private says, I don't really want you to do that, I'd walk away straight away. I'd just, you know, I'd walk away. You might be able to negotiate a bit of a price if you say, you know, I'm going to get a hab check done on it, I'm going to get a service done, or a mechanical check on it. If it's going to cost me, I don't know, if you say it's going to cost you 400 quid, if you then say to the seller, if I do that and then I buy it, can we go halves on that? They might do that, because then they're making a sale. They're dropping 200 quid, or, you know, they're giving you 200 quid back. Or something like that, because that's the fair way to do it, I would say. Now, any forecourt, like I work with Oak Tree Motorhomes. They do the habitation checks on all of their motorhomes before they go out, and they're all double checked, triple checked before they are, you know, go out to the customer, so they are good. If anything was found on the pre-check before they went onto the pitch to be sold, they'd be fixed or anything like that. But I don't see why they would have a problem either if you want to bring an independent person on, because they, you know, as long as they're selling a sound motorhome, which places like Oak Tree Motorhomes are, then they've got nothing to hide. It's just your prerogative that you want to, you know, bring someone external on to do it. So I don't see why many places would have a problem. And, you know, as long as they're a competent person that you're bringing on, and they're not just going to start stabbing holes in walls, and that you are seriously interested in buying, then yeah, I can't see a problem with that at all. Next question: how are your Blink cameras doing? They are doing really well. There was one which I've switched, so that was on the driver's side, I think it was. One of the on the corner, I can't remember which one it was, on either corner, was getting a little bit of water inside the inside it a little bit, and the terminals were going a little bit rusty, but it still works fine. There's no problem with it whatsoever. It hasn't skipped a beat. But I did switch it out with the garage one, because the garage one's lived inside a nice cushy little life in the warm, in the dry, for its entire time since it's been fitted. So I did switch to, so the one that's rusty now is inside in the dry, but they're working perfectly fine. I stuck them on with some brackets and some VHB tape, and they haven't budged a millimetre. I'm not going to say an inch. They haven't budged a millimetre. They are brilliant. They really are. Now, the only one downside to them is you can't bring all of them up on one screen. You can't look all cameras at once, which is a bit of a pain. I wish they'd do a software update to be able to do that, so you could do it. And the only other downside is if you have no Wi-Fi, they're useless. They are absolutely useless with no Wi-Fi. You can't connect to them like via Bluetooth or anything like that. They're just done. For the money and for the ease of fitting, they are a lifesaver. And I just bought some batteries to go with them, some rechargeable 1.5 volt lithium batteries, which are quite expensive. I think they're about 35 quid for 8 with a charger. But I just recharge them all, like during the day when I'm parked up somewhere. I'll just take them all out, recharge them all, and then put them all back in, and then just arm the system whenever I want. So yeah, doing really well, pretty good. Next question: what do you listen to when you're driving? Now, I love podcasts and I love audiobooks, to be fair. I do listen to a little bit of music here and there, but not, you know, I have to be in the mood for it. So like, I'll listen to it for maybe an hour, but or, you know, half hour, and then I want something from my brain to latch onto. So I actually listen to a Australian radio show, breakfast show, that's a bit of a mouthful, in Melbourne, the Jace and Lauren show on Nova in Melbourne, which is very weird. I found it in lockdown years and years ago, and then I listened to it via podcast. I'm about a month behind, I don't listen to news. I don't listen to radio or anything like that, like live. So any news that I hear is about a month old from Australia, and then but I listen to that quite a lot. And then I listen to podcasts. I've got a few business podcasts I listen to, like entrepreneurial stuff and content stuff, and then I love audiobooks. I've got so many different audiobooks with Audible. I think I might have a code for Audible, so you could have a little look at that. If I have, I'll drop it down. But I've been using Audible for years. But I do love the James Patterson books. And he I don't know how he does it, but he bangs out so many books so quick, so many a year. He's like, there must be like 10 books a year that guy's pumping out. If there is one recommendation I have got, it is the Women's Murder Club. I think they're up to book 22 or something. Absolutely fantastic, love them. So if you want an audio series to listen to, that's a great one. Another one, audiobook, which is about almost 50 hours long, is Shantaram. Shantaram is an amazing book. It really is. The story just goes on. It's just incredible. So I definitely listen to that. Shoe Dog, that was a great book about Nike, how that come along and how it's on the brink. If you've got any books that you recommend, then do drop them in the comments below, because I just add them to my Audible list, and then as I'm going through and driving around the country, I just stick one on and have a listen. So I love. I can't read a book because I just fall asleep. But I love audiobooks, so any recommendations, drop them in the comments below, because I'll happily take them all day long. And for podcasts, love a podcast. On the note, this is just going on a sidetrack. On the note of podcasts, I've always wanted my own podcast, but I've never known what to do one about. Like I've had ideas, but nothing that I've actually thought, that could really have some meat on the bones. That could be a good title, actually. Meat on the bones. That could be. Maybe, but do you think I could have a podcast? And if so, what about? Because I would love to do a podcast. I just got the image of me just sitting there, microphone. I would have a camera as standard anyway, chatting with people, just having good conversations and just learning stuff and digging deeper into stuff. I would love it. So if you've got any ideas, that is a wild one on my own, just come to my own head there, of what I could have a podcast about, because I'd love a podcast. I really would. I love chatting and waffling on like I am right now. Think wild camping's all about staying in laybys? Well, think again. It's about finding unique spots, whether it's a quiet street or a hidden gem in the countryside. Learn how to wild camp anywhere in How to Wild Camp in a Motorhome. Grab your copy today. Next question. What's something you still haven't figured out after all these years on the road? I said about this in one of the last videos on my day in the life, and it's like having set routines. There is really no routine. So to the point where, and I struggle with this. The one thing I probably really struggle with is a morning routine. I just don't have one. A sleep and a morning routine. That's probably it. I could go one night. I could go to sleep at like 10 o'clock. The next night I could go to sleep at 3 a.m. And there's no routine. And then I kind of get up around the same time, between 7 and 8, 7 and 9 in the morning. But then when I'm up, I literally just get up and just crack on. Like, so I'll wash my face, I'll brush my teeth, but then I'll just open, like if I'm at a meet-up or something, I'll just do that, get dressed, wash my face, brush my teeth, and then I'll just open the door, and then I'm out for the world, and then I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I don't take time to like, what have I got to do today? In my mind, I'd like to have that. I'd like to have like a bit of a routine where I sit down, because I won't do breakfast, or I'll figure that out in a couple of hours time, and I won't do a coffee, but I would like to have a routine. So I sit down, take my time to wake up a little bit, and then get a drink of some sort, hydrate myself, wake myself up, then figure out what I need to do for work-wise for the day, because then maybe that would then give me structure for the rest of the day, when I'm saying about when I'm driving and all this and that, and I've got no routine. If you have figured out a routine for your mornings and that whilst living full-time on the road, then please share them, because it's something I do struggle with, and going to bed at the same time. I think like I kind of just stay awake, and I just like fear of missing out on like watching a because I haven't done anything during the day, it's like, oh, I know I must then treat myself and watch something on Netflix tonight or now, and then I stay awake, and it's like, what's the point, you know? That's probably it. That is probably it. Good question. Next one. What would Darren now tell 2017 Darren when he first hit the road? Oh, we're getting deep. That's what she said. I just had to. What would I say? It's going to be a wild ride. You're not going to know what's coming, and just go with the flow. Just go with the flow and run with it, and see where this life takes you. Because, like, I've done things and been places and met people that I never thought I would, you know, meet or see, by going full time and doing this, that, and the other, and by moving into a van, a motorhome, and then hitting the road. Incredible things. So I'd just be open to the idea of everything and opportunities, and yeah, just do it. Just do it, and enjoy every minute of it, really, I suppose. I don't know. That's quite a hard question, that is. Next question. Have you ever struggled with the always performing side of being a content creator whilst living this life? And then it's like they go on to say about seeing every moment as it has to be content worthy and show worthy. Not really, because I'm not performing. Now, I mean, most people that have met me, and, you know, feel free to, you know, back me up on this, that anyone that has met me, I am pretty much the same as I am on camera as I am in person. I am laughy. I love laughing, joking, you know, being stupid. You know, I've always got a Pepsi in my hand. I'm always happy and jolly, which I am lucky that I am always that. So I don't perform. Now, I know I've met content creators out there that, you know, that I've seen on camera and then I've met in person, and they are worlds apart. And I do feel for them a bit, because it's like, to turn that camera on, you've then got to, you know, become that person, and that could get tiresome if you then start to despise that person, that character. I mean, if the views start dwindling, and then you're going to be like, whoa, or the money starts dwindling or something, then you're going to be like, oh, I really don't want to, you know, you start dreading turning that camera on, because you've got to become that person, and you can never be yourself. And then if you did try and be yourself, you've created an audience that likes the character rather than you, because they don't know you, they didn't see you. And then trying to bring them to that is very, very hard. I always try and just be as authentic as I can and just be myself. And I would recommend anyone that's going to try and do anything in content creation, or video, or in any shape or form, just be yourself. You know, you will find your true tribe that way, and you won't feel as though you're a dancing monkey, you know, a performing monkey. You can be yourself, you know. Yeah, it's just, I think that's the easiest way, and that's where it will have longevity, because I still ultimately see this is the timescale of my, you know, content life and my you know, on the road life, and I'm only here, you know, so I've got a long way to go. I'm not in, you know, quitting or slowing down anytime soon. Yeah, it's brilliant, but you've got to be yourself. Now, I've got a question to you guys. I'm thinking of changing the day I put these videos out. Now, at the moment, they go out at 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Now, I was thinking to change either to a Sunday evening or a Monday evening, but I would love your input. Please drop your input in the comments below. I might put a poll up, and then I will make a link to the poll in the description, because I know a lot of content goes out, and not everyone sees these videos and everything. So, and the views are taking a bit of a shake at the moment. So I was just thinking of spicing things up, changing it around a little bit, and maybe changing the scheduled time. So would you guys be happy with that? Would you all revolt at that, or what? You know, I want to involve you in it, because you are the ones that watch these videos, which I'm ever so thankful for. So if I was to change it to a Sunday evening, would you look for it like that, or a Monday evening? or even another day. If it is, then drop that down below. I would love to know what your thoughts are. That is all the questions for this week. I love answering your questions. If you have got any, please do drop them in the comments below, and I'll start adding them up ready for another video. Any that I can answer in the comments quick, I will. But yeah, I do love your questions, and they're getting some really good ones lately. You know, real in depth, making me think, making me little peanut think, which I love. It hurts though. Now, if any of you are going to any of the festivals that I've just mentioned, then make sure you come up and say hi. Like I say, links to both festivals will be in the description below. Make sure you check them out and get some tickets or get some day tickets, and I'll see you there. That is it for this week. I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.